Hi, I'm Pastor Carrie Baylis, Associate Pastor at First Lutheran Church in Colorado Springs. I'm bringing you First Thoughts this week for Sunday, August 24th. You can join us for worship online at 9:30, we live stream, or you can join us in person at 8, 9:30, 10:15, or 11 o'clock. We look forward to having you join us however you choose to worship that Sunday. On that Sunday, we have a text from Luke, the 13th chapter, and it's a story about Jesus doing healing on the Sabbath. And as we know, the Sabbath day is supposed to be a day of rest. But I wonder, does Jesus ever really have a day of rest? Did Jesus ever have a day of rest? He certainly went off and took Sabbath and took time to rest and refresh. But he also knew that there were things that needed to happen sometimes on the Sabbath. In this particular story, he heals a woman who's been in pain for 18 years. Let me share a little bit of what the text tells us about that. The meeting place where Jesus was, in that meeting place, the president was furious because Jesus had healed on the Sabbath. And he said to the congregation, 6 days have been defined as work days. Come on one of the 6 if you want to be healed, but not on the 7th, the Sabbath. But Jesus shot back at him, "You frauds! Each Sabbath, every one of you regularly unties your cow or donkey from its stall, leads it out for water, and thinks nothing of it. So why isn't it all right for me to untie this daughter of Abraham and lead her from the stall where Satan has had her tied these 18 years?" When he put it this way, his critics were left looking quite silly and red-faced. The congregation was delighted and cheered him on. Sometimes I think we need to remember to have a little grace for the things that need to be done when they need to be done. Sometimes we need to have grace to see the extraordinary in the ordinary as well. And sometimes we just have to remember that we're allowed to change our minds too and do what is best in the moment that it is best. Jesus saw a woman who needed healing, and so he approached her and he healed her on that day. What a gift that must have been for her, for the people around her, and for a congregation to see that Jesus was willing to step outside of the boundaries of what was comfortable or what was expected. What a gift for them too. Each of us can step outside of the comfort zone. We can step outside of what's expected so that we can engage in the extraordinary, so that we too can live out the gospel for the sake of the world, so that we can make lives better for one another and for people who might be in need. Where do you find grace in your daily lives, and where can you offer it to somebody else who might need your extraordinary help in what might otherwise be an ordinary day? Thanks for tuning in with us, and we look forward to worshiping with you on the 24th.